Working with Ms. Crosby is excellent. She is so nurturing, not only to the students, but to the staff. I feel like being in the building with her, whether you're a sub or a guest or a student, she sees you and she listens to you. And I feel like as an educator, sometimes we forget that we can also be listened to. And she really kind of feeds into that nurturing and support and just being there for everyone in the building. So that's really excellent.
I think the qualities that stand out about Ms. Crosby is that she's always positive. Her demeanor is very pleasant, and she drives forth an unwavering belief in the mission and vision of Jenkins-White.
Hello, I'm Audrey Crosby, and I am the art teacher at Jenkins-White Elementary School, and I am a top finalist in the Richmond County School System for Teacher of the Year. What inspired my journey into teaching is when I first started volunteering at the Lucy Craft Laney Museum of Black History. I then became a curator at that museum after volunteering there, and as a curator, you have to put on exhibits, and you also have to conduct seminars and gallery talks, and it just instilled in me a passion for teaching and sharing information with other people about the arts. So that's when my love for teaching began. And I also met some other artists while working there who were teachers, and just talking to them inspired me. But the passion for art was planted by my mom when I was a little girl. So the seed was there from early on, and then it was watered after working at the museum. My teaching philosophy centers around cultivating an environment that is safe, nurturing, kind, and full of love. I want children to be able to express themselves in a creative way in a safe environment. And so I drive my philosophy with the core belief of loving every child. And I've created an acronym for that. Love, listen to the child, because they're always going to have something to share with you that can impact you, and it tells you more about the kid. O, observe every child. Each child has unique abilities and characteristics and things that are just them, and that makes them who they are. And I think that's a big part of making a connection with a child, just kind of observing those things, because most of what we communicate is nonverbal, and so we can pick up and learn a lot of things about our students through their behavior. V, value each child, value what they bring to the table, because everybody has something to share and express, and it comes out through their artwork, and I value that. And then E, esteem and encourage each child, because every child needs to be uplifted, because you are the one who's sowing the seeds in them to either, have an appreciation for art or love for art, or catapult them, in some way. And that's what I do in my classroom each and every day, or at least that's what I try to do.
She entered my kids into the art festival, and she was very supportive, very supportive. She showed me everywhere to go. And like at the art festival, they had they got vendors and stuff like Play-Doh and coloring and painting, and she basically walked us through all that, and it was nice. My baby had fun. She enjoyed, artwork. She want to be an artist when she grow up. So
once I did something wrong before, and then I asked her, can she help me? She went over it again on the board and did it step by step, and it was like, it helps me get more confident and stuff before asking stuff, because then I was shy.
I remember this time when we was in second grade and we was all drawing, and it was being loud. She came up to me and she gave me a piece of candy because I was being good.
I want my students to have an appreciation for art when they leave my classroom. I want them to look at art as a way to communicate, because that's what art is. It's another form of communicating, and I just want them to be able to express themselves in their own unique way, and I want them to be able to understand the elements of art and the things that make up a work of art and compose a work of art. I want them to leave my classroom having a broader mindset about the bigger world, and I think it's very important to expose expose children to things outside of the classroom when it comes to the arts, like taking them to museums and field trips that expose them to the arts. I just want them to be more well-rounded and have a better understanding of the world that they live in and be good communicators on a broader sense, not just, in one area, but the arts, everything.